I don't know. The kids, it was a good college baseball game until it got away at the very end, and um, we like to swing the bat here, and we like to hit. We like to hit, and so it isn't a. I don't know if it was one of them might have snuck out. There were a couple other balls that struck the wall. It was just there were some good swings on balls tonight.
Did you like just some of the late responses you guys had tacking on? Obviously the big inning at the end, but it just seemed like you guys had a couple responses there in the later innings.
Yeah, it's fun to win. It's fun to win. First of all, the kids, I thought they battled. And it's a team that I think it's going to take a little bit of time. For us to really get it smooth to where it's as smooth as we all want it. You got just so many new pieces that are being inserted in the spots that maybe they've been here in the past, but they're being inserted into spots where they haven't been before. And that takes you a little while, even all the way down to like Rio Britton striking out a left-handed hitter in the big spot with second and third and 2 outs. That's a spot that Rio can clearly handle, but until he proves it to himself that he can handle those type of spots amongst the other situations we can describe, it's the same kind of thing. And so you could change Rio's name with a lot of different ducks tonight, and that's basically the same hurdle that a lot of guys are going over right now.
Shifatelli got himself out of a jam too, and so a couple relievers that you probably thought were bright spots, and yet fair to say both teams probably got deeper into their bullpens tonight than you want to in the opening game of a series?
Yes and no. I don't know about what their plan was and stuff. For us, we did plan on throwing some guys. It's early in the year. It's not a deal where we're planning on throwing a guy a complete game or anything like that early. So we were planning on throwing guys 1 inning or short chunks tonight. Thrilled with Dylan Sabia, for him to come out at the end of the game. And I know it's a runaway at that time, but he still comes out and pounds the zone with good quality strikes. Shifatelli's mentality was fantastic again. That's the second time he's pitched and the second time he's nailed it with his mentality. And that's the mentality that I think we can all stand behind and I think the fans want to see here. And when they see stuff like Shifatelli and Sabia and Rio Britton and the things that they were doing, I think that excites people. That's what they look for.
And last one for me. Those couple early homers, when you put up this many runs, does that kind of validate kind of what you were hoping, how the park would play and the style of baseball you'd be able to play and make it fun to watch, fun to come out to the park?
Yeah, I think so. Bunning's fun, but a complete game and a fair park and a lot of the things, it's just, it was a fun baseball game to be at, especially when you win.
Were you happy with Adam's outing tonight? And what do you think kind of changed for him there in the fifth?
I don't think Adam would be too thrilled with his outing tonight. I think he would think that it was just okay. But for me, I didn't think that his command of his fastball was as good as we've seen it. And his slider percentage for a strike probably wasn't as good as he'd like it to be. He had a little bit of a tougher time with his changeup early, and then he started to get a little bit of a feel for his changeup and his cutter, and it started being a good pitch. There were some things, though, with Adam, and specifically with Stone Chirby, where, there were some bloops bloops and jam shots and not really well hit balls that they didn't catch breaks on and made very, very good pitches with. So that's a factor of that, too.
Coach, obviously a really small sample size, but the last 2 games you have Drew Cowley in the second hole and Jacob Walsh hitting fourth. What is it about this lineup that you think has generated this type of offense? Obviously, excluding the massive 8 innings, you guys have been really consistent offensively.
Well, I think what you're going to see is that the kids can hit. And it's a Duck team that, the last couple years now, this is a group that people can rally around and say, well, this is going to be fun to go to the ballpark and watch these guys hit and play. It's not as good as we want it yet, and yet we're only a few games in, and so, that's kind of probably par for the course. But I think that it's going to be something where people can see the bright spots all over the place. It's not as smooth yet, but in time, when we do get a chance for it to smooth out, I think this is just going to be a really exciting team to watch and a team that should contend for a league title.
Nice when you can go to your bench during that 8th inning and they can keep passing the bat and some other guys put some good swings on balls.
Taylor Holder, Sam Nowitzki comes off the bench and he slams the ball off the center field wall. Great base running on that play as well. I was excited to see that with Betcher at second and with Colby Shade as the trail runner with nobody out. That was a nice thing to see and a small detail. But I thought we ran the bases with much better aggression, even though we got thrown out early on a deep fly tag up. I credit their player in right field for throwing us out at second base. I love the fact that we went for it and were aggressive. We worked on that quite a bit this week, and I think you saw some really quality dirt ball reads and other base running things that the guys did tonight that was a testament to their hard work.